Now, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn is flying to Las Vegas today, hoping to convince Amir Khan to take on Kell Brook in front of a packed Wembley Stadium next summer. Pleased to say, joining us is Kell Brook. We heard from Eddie Hearn yesterday, Kell. He says he wants to get this fight made. Do you think he can pull it off?
If anyone can do it, it's Eddie Hearn. You know, he's been involved in big shows. Obviously, the Kell Brook, George Groves, you know, fight at Wembley. You know, that was massive, packed out, and he'll want to pull that off again.
Amir Khan has been quite vocal about wanting to box up against a big name, Floyd Mayweather being one of those. But why should he fight you and not him?
You know, he's only had one fight at welterweight, and to be honest with you, even the fight with me, he don't really deserve. But you know, it's been going on for many years now. Wherever I go, it's always, when are you going to fight Amir Khan? And it's you know, it's a very fight. It's a fight what's easily made, you know, and you know, it'd pack out Wembley, be a massive fight in the summer. And I just want to please the fans. You know, I want them to enjoy a great event. You know, get all dressed up and you know, watch a great show.
What would your message be to Amir Khan about getting this fight on?
You know, I think, you know, it makes, you know, forgetting egos. You know, I think that we need to, you know, he's saying it needs to be on his terms, I'm saying my terms, I think we should just forget all that and just sign the contract and let's make it happen for the fans. We're not in this sport for a long time, and you know, I think we'll be making history, making that fight happen.
Yeah, well, Hearn will be out there trying to do just that. Khan, though, however, focusing on fighting Devon Alexander on Sky Sports this weekend. Would a win, do you think, improve your chances of fighting him or actually make it harder?
You don't know in this sport, do you? But obviously, you know, putting me and him to one side, I obviously want him to go over there and get the win. You know, a Brit go in and fight an American opponent. You know, I do want him to win, but I want him to win more so because you know, you know, if he does lose, you know, it kills the fight with me and himself. You know, obviously promoting it and being as big as it should. You know, but if he wins the fight, obviously it builds for a bigger fight for me and him.
And what about Amir Khan's trainer saying no one beats Amir, they just get a little lucky? Can you get lucky?
You never know in boxing. You never know. You never know. But Amir Khan, you know, if he listens to his trainer, Virgil Hunter, in this fight, you know, I think this fight is going to be I think there's going to be drama in this fight. But you know, I'm leaning towards Amir Khan in this fight to get the win. I think that, you know, he's got very fast hands, and if he uses his boxing brain, I think he'll pull it off against Devon.
I don't think it's all too shiny pants, lots of money being discussed. I know he's going to auction off those, that we can see pictures of him in his gold-threaded boxing silks right now, which is for a good cause. But you think he's quite a lot of talk and maybe not enough sort of action? You
know, I think with him, I know I've heard all this about these shorts and stuff like that. He needs to concentrate and worry about, you know, Devon Alexander, the man in front of him. It's not to be a walkover. He needs to concentrate on that fight, and he just needs to keep the man's upper his, and you know, don't get involved and you know, don't get caught like he sometimes can do.
Now, last time we saw you, of course, you were going through rehab on your leg. Are you back in the gym yet? And what about sparring and starting that up?
You know, you know, the Sheffield United lads, you know, doing rehab on my leg have done a great job. You know, I'm back training now and doing everything I used to do before I got the injury. I'm back sparring, running, sprinting. You know, I'm back. You know, the leg's not an issue anymore. So it's about me getting myself really fit and in great shape. And I'll be back in March. You know, 7th of March at Sheffield Arena, packing it out again.
Yeah, and just finally, a quick word, obviously, if Eddie Hearn does come back from Vegas to convince Amir Khan, then it definitely will be on, yeah?
Absolutely. You know, it's the fight's what we all want. You want it. Everybody wants to see that fight. So let's sign the contracts. You know, I've been banging the drum for a long time. he don't really deserve the shot, but I want to give the fight to him. I want to give it to the fans. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, well, all the best in your continued rehab. Thanks for speaking with us this afternoon, Kell.
Thank you. Obviously, I want him to win. Putting me and him aside, you know, Brick going to America, fighting an American. You know, I want him to do well for the country, but I still want him to win also because it'd kill it a little bit, a fight with me and him, you know, being promoted and build up a big fight at Wembley. So I do want him to obviously come through it more, even though he don't really deserve the fight, you know, against me. You know, I'm putting the world title on the line, and you know, I just wanted to put it to bed because I know I've got his number, and most importantly, you know, when Carl Froch and George Groves boxed at Wembley, you know, I was slightly jealous because of the big promotion of it and, you know, the magnitude of the fight. I want to be involved in them kind of fights while I'm still young and still boxing.